if you're watching this, it's probably too late. I'm pretty sure my family has been turned into robots. I know, they're acting weird, they're going around all mechanical like this and saying things like affirmative and Roger Roger. It's very strange. Hopefully you get this video and you can save yourselves. But how do I know that you're not a robot? It's a good question. I think the best way to test is if you've had a bath recently. We all know that robots can't have baths. The water gets in their circuits and they short circuit if it gets wet. So if you've had a bath in the last month, you're probably okay. But if you were a robot, how would you be different? I've got a little question for you, a little exercise, and using the power of video editing, we're going to have a little 5-minute pause. The group leader is going to pause the video for 5 minutes and you're going to come back, and in your groups, what I want you to discuss is if you could pick one part of your body to replace with a robotic part, what would you pick? Why would you pick that body part? If you have pencils or pens and paper available, you could even draw yourself with your new robot body part, or you can make it out of Lego. You could get creative. Anyway, come back in 5 minutes and discuss your group. Welcome back. Hopefully you've got your robot body part designed and you're ready to get it fitted to fit in with our new robot overlords. But the point is, your body is made up of lots of different parts, and you put all those different parts together and it makes you one individual person. Now, the Bible uses the body as an example for the church. Now, the church is made up of many different people, like our bodies are made up of many different parts. Now, each person in the church is different, just like each part of our body is different. And it seems that some people in the church are more important than others. Clearly, the kids leaders are very important people. And as a result, that makes me, your beloved kids champion, the most important person at church. I know. Thank you. Even though this is a video, I can still hear you booing. Can the kids leader please in the room, please pause the video until the booing stops? Thank you. But I have been thinking, how important are kids at church? Now obviously you're only little, so you can't be very important. How important do you think you are? It's a difficult one, because without the kids, then maybe we wouldn't need kids leaders, and then without the kids leaders, would we need a kids champion? Maybe not. Oh dear. So perhaps you are a little bit important after all. But seriously, we aren't important for who we are or what we do. We're important because of what we're a part of. If you think about your body, your eyes do all of the seeing, but do your eyes do anything else? Not really. And your ears are the only part of the body that hear, but they need the rest of your body to do everything else. They need the feet to move around, the hands to manipulate things. Your ears only do one job, and that's to listen. In the same way, every person at church has a role, a part to play, a job to do. And it might seem that job is super obvious and super important, like being the kids champion, leading worship, teaching a sermon on a Sunday. But it might not be very obvious. It might be that a person cares for someone throughout the whole week and then comes on the Sunday and does nothing. You might not see it, but that is a really important job. Now, there are 2 things I want you to discuss before we finish. The first is I want you to think about the parts of your body that you don't see, that do a really important job? Are there internal organs that are more important or less important than the parts of your body that you see on the outside? And the second thing I want you to think about and discuss is, can you think about any other examples of things that are made up of lots of different parts that make a whole thing? So for example, a library is made up of lots of books, but without the books there's no library. So think about those two things. Right, so hopefully you've had a chance to talk about internal organs, and while we don't see them, they're still really important. So for example, you may have talked about the heart and how important your heart is, and we never see a heart. We can feel it beating and hear it beating, and it does a really important job. So even though we can't see things, that doesn't make them less important. And you may also have thought about some other examples of things that are made up of lots of different parts. So that'd be really interesting to hear what you've thought of. Now it's time for us to finish. Before you go, there's a good chance the adults have been taken over by robots. When you go back, what I suggest you do is, if you go into the room and you're all acting like robots, if the adults notice that you're acting weird, they aren't robots. But if they do notice, it's a good sign that they are robots themselves. Good luck.